A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you need. Advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Koppel also has over 10,500 off list on new select models. So please stop on by and see what confident driving and confident buying is all about. We're right down 144th Street or online at koppelcars.com. All deals with the roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Husker fans, the message is clear. Nebraska softball is here to dominate. They're off to a hot start, and they're bringing that energy into Big Ten play. On Friday, March 21st, Minnesota comes to Lincoln for a weekend series in Bowling. It's chance to be part of the action as they begin conference play. Get details and tickets at huskers.com/tickets.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at him, sure. Look at him, sure.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
defending Terrell Farley. Last week, against good start for the Holy Thunder, number 43.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
You got that. We have wings and things. All right. March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket live from Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th Oak Street. 11 a.m. all the way to 6. Come watch all the games with us today. The first 64 people through the door will get a ping pong ball. We got ping pong balls. Oh, Jake just told me it's over. No more ping pong balls. So now you just got to come here and come hang out with us. We're also going to be giving away door prizes. I see hats, mugs, coolers, koozies. The whole works. You can come down here and get that. No purchase necessary. Anyone who stops by will get the raffle ticket when you sit down. Prizes like appetizers, beer buckets, coolers, Dr. Pepper prize pack, 98.7 The Ticket prize pack, and more. First game started at 11:15. How's the little Creighton game going?
75-61 now. Creighton is winning 77-61. Creighton has won about 4 minutes to go in that game.
All right. I think I picked Creighton on that one. One of my brackets.
Ticket bracket? Yeah.
I don't think it was a ticket bracket.
A different one. Yeah.
So I have to check my ticket bracket to see how I done on that one.
Shout out to Creighton.
Wisconsin is beating Montana. That's a 3-4 team. Houston just started with versus who they play? SIU.
SIUE. Yeah. Illinois University. I'm not sure.
Terrell. Can we go this way a little bit? Just this bit, so we can just a little adjustment here. Get this sign. There we go. How about that?
That'll work. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Yeah, Creighton look like they're gonna run away with this one. So I have to take my. Did you fill out a practice, sir?
I'm going to right now.
It's too late.
It is too late now.
Once again, another year goes by.
Hey, man, listen, man. Can I wait till we get to the Final Four? I picked my list. You want to hear my upset? I did pick upset.
Yeah, I did. On my ticket bracket, I did pick Creighton on this one.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So
I picked Omaha.
No, yeah, my bracket's not busted yet.
I picked Omaha.
You did pick Omaha.
I did pick Omaha. Remember what I told you? I picked St. John's to win it all.
Right.
Okay, so kind of crazy, unorthodox, but whatever.
All right, so let me tell you who I picked.
UC San Diego.
I like it. Michigan.
Yes. I'll give you another one. Colorado State.
Yeah, you like the 12-5s, do you?
Yes. I'll give you another one. VCU.
Oh, that's a good pick. I like that one too.
All right. And I don't know about this one, but I'm going on the limb.
Yeah, okay. Texas A&M.
Yeah, I need to write this down. All right, and then I got another. Who's unbelievable? I can't believe that they are underdogs. They are. Can you believe that Memphis is an underdog?
Are they?
Yeah, they're higher in the bracket. Oh no, I don't want Colorado State. Colorado State is the favorite.
Yeah.
I didn't know they're higher. I don't understand that, but I'm still taking Memphis. I think Memphis, they got the coach for it, and they know how to play in this situation.
Yeah, they've got a similar thing, too, in the North Carolina game. I haven't checked all the point spreads, but the 11 seed favored over the 6 seed in that as well. So, I mean, that's always kind of fun. We do that in college football. You argue, well, who's ranked higher, who's favored and big. And usually I would say an upset is based on who's ranked higher. And that's the similar thing here in the tournament is, if you're going with the chalk heavy, you're putting all the higher seeds up. So I think you've got to upset the lower side.
I'll give you another. Big East State over Clemson.
Just why are you? I was going to say that.
Oh, bad.
You won that one, though. I don't have too many upsets. I think Georgia beats Gonzaga in one of my.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think Tennessee rolls. I think Arkansas can beat Kansas. That's a good top. Also, both of my one of my brackets. I think Louisiana rolls. Now Drake and Missouri.
Oh, that's another one. Who's Texas A&M playing?
Yeah.
I told you. That's one of my sleepers.
Smart pick.
I'm trying to tell you now.
30-3. Drake could beat Missouri.
Oh yeah.
So it's a lot. I'm not worried about UCLA. I think they can pull that out. Basically, just I'm just gonna wait till the thing plays out.
I got to tell you guys, I got Liberty 16th, 12th seed to knock off Oregon, and then likely Arizona in the next round. But part of the reason I like this is I think Akron could knock off Arizona as well in that first round. So I think there's a couple matchups, and you can think that UC Yale, if they can knock off Texas A&M and Michigan, we could see a 12 and 13 matchup in the next round as well. We've seen that over the years. I think we might get to that this year. Although I have to ask you guys, as opposed to the previous years, do you guys feel like the higher seeds are more likely to move on, or do you feel like this is a year for the upsets?
Well, I probably think it's a year for the lower seeds, but I mean the top seeds still advance because basketball has been very deep throughout the whole season. You have a Florida team who's been up there all year. You have St. John's who's been up there all year. You have Auburn who's been up there all year. You have Alabama. You have Florida. So those teams have battled each other, and so if they keep pushing the way, you also have a good Duke team. So my concern, I have Duke in one of my things. That's because Red Roll, he's back. So we could do Duke to make a push to the bottom four. He can win it.
Yeah, I got to do this bracket for sure. I also have an SEC bracket. Because the SEC is so good, you can get 14 teams in. That would be one of the stories people are going to be tracking, whether it's real or not. The SEC is the best conference in basketball. This is the most, obviously they got a bigger conference now, but this is the most seeds or bids, I shouldn't say, that anybody has gotten out of a conference ever. So a lot of pressure on the SEC to follow that up. And, it's kind of like that old SEC argument. Football, they beat each other up, and they're used to playing tough games. That's why I made an SEC bracket just for that, because I think you're going to be used to playing competition, pretty tough competition.
Yeah. I see Craig going up again right at the end of the game. We'll see what happened at the end of the other game, but they just let the clock run out and go up to the next round.
Yeah, they'll likely have Auburn waiting for them, so that'll be a big.
I'll never go against Auburn. No. Why not? Because they a solid number one all year. They had a little slip up at the end, but Bruce Pearl, they go with it. Bruce Pearl.
I'm still excited about this Omaha St. John's game.
Yeah,
it's going to tell me a lot about what's going to happen moving forward. The way St. John's plays, either way, I'm happy.
Yeah, that game, look out for it. I mean, the nightcap usually can get interesting. Maybe that's the one that does St. John's in Omaha, tips off at 8:45 on CBS. And, that's definitely, among all of the excitement that we have for the NCAA tournament and conference versus conference and your pick and all that, the big story for Nebraska basketball here is great in Omaha, and unfortunately not Nebraska. And so we're left as Nebraska fans wondering how the results for Creighton or Omaha reflect on Nebraska. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. When it comes to March Madness, March Mayhem here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, I start to cheer for Huskers. I start to cheer for Nebraska teams, Omaha and Creighton. I don't really cheer for Creighton often, but in the tournament I do.
So we'll give you a little ahead of my first round. So Nick, yours. I know you and Adam talked about it earlier. Auburn versus Alabama State. I got Auburn. I got Creighton in that one. Michigan against UC San Diego.
Yep.
I have Michigan. Texas, I have A&M over Yale. I have North Carolina over Ole Miss.
There you go.
So I have Ohio State over Marquette over.
Where are you going with this?
This is my whole bracket.
Nobody want to hear your whole bracket.
Look,
can you give us to that? It's right here.
I got Georgia. I got Tennessee. I got a Kansas winner. I got A&M. I got all the big dogs. I don't have too many upsets.
Not today.
Just North Carolina, they're not playing today. So, this is big dog. March Madness.
Yeah, others are around with chalk in a tournament. Usually that is a good strategy to go with and keep you alive. But we'll see. It's somebody's going to be the Cinderella this year. We'll just see who that'll be. Again, my pick's a Liberty, but it's like if it was easy to pick, there'd be a lot of people making money from it.
Yeah.
Who do you like UCLA Utah today?
I like UCLA. Obviously, it's kind of fun to look at the teams that Nebraska was able to beat or play closely. Obviously, they beat UCLA. I like UCLA in that one, though.
Did you pick Gonzaga over Georgia? But you said you picked the big dog. Did you pick Georgia or Gonzaga?
I think I picked Georgia on that.
We need to keep.
I got 3 of them.
Okay, so on the sheet, since you're so good, at football. We need to keep track of
basketball
picks. Yeah, once you're out,
that's why you should sign up for the team.
Listen, man, I'm old school. It's hard for me to even get my computer to work, let alone sign up for It's even worse. I got even worse. I get too much going on as far as the car. And
you can lay down at night right before you go to sleep. Let me sign up for the ticket thing. This only takes 5 minutes.
All right, I tried, but it wouldn't. My computer was down.
Your phone.
I'm trying to tell you what's going on.
Your phone.
Did you put yours on your phone?
I did, yeah.
I think mine's on my phone. You don't know your email.
I asked somebody to send me the link. I distinctly know the No. And that's the answer that I got from you. I didn't ask you for the link. I asked Bob for the link. And then instead of Bob saying, go get the link from here, that was your decision. Instead of sending me the link so I could send it out to all my people. You're not the boss of this show.
You're not going to win anyway, so we're not worried about you. Yeah, we're not worried about you.
If St. John wins it all, guess what?
What?
I win.
But if Omaha wins, then you're right too. Yeah, there you go.
I tell you.
But that's the way I like the bracket, though, because you get the points, and even though we both went the same game, at the end, whoever has the most points, they win.
Yeah.
So that makes it much fun. That's why I hope we can able to win the ticket and get that prize or whatever they're going to win.
What's the prize?
I don't know.
No, I don't even know if we're eligible to win the prize. They put us in it every year, but we don't win. So
you can't win the prize.
I don't think we can win the prize.
Don't even think about it. You're not going to win.
All right, 81-69, Craig, right here.
Let's go, Craig. I did Craig.
We know you did.
Well, it does predate Chucky Hepburn's career, so he'll be here in the next minute.
Goodbye, Chucky.
Might see a tear or two fall down his face.
No reason to cry, Chucky. He's going to the NBA. No reason to cry.
Heck of a career for him.
Yes.
Even though he got moved to the top or two in Pinnacle Bank Arena, it's because of the respect people had for him.
Why didn't he just stay with Wisconsin? Well, here's the deal. If he stays in Wisconsin, that's a different Wisconsin basketball.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. The grass ain't always green on the other side. But what you see in NIL age is greed. Greed.
I wouldn't call it greed. We went to Louisville and Can't you get the first team all conference? So for him, that's the win.
And for Louisville, it certainly was a win. Remember, I know we're used to Louisville being, as they lose here, as we put the end of the season, we're used to them being close to a blue blood that's fighting at the top. They won 8 games last year before they had to turn it around this year. So Chucky Hepburn did take a bet on himself and bet on the Louisville Cards. And so even though the season's going to come to an end as an 8 seed, it was a very successful season for both Chucky and Louisville. And actually Wisconsin, the team he left, who has the 3 seed as well.
That's all I'm saying. Louisville's an 8 seed. Wisconsin without them is a 3 seed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're getting bombed. They're getting bombed by a 9 seed. I'm glad it's crazy. They're getting bombed out. So I don't know if that was a good decision. Hopefully for his career, his pocketbooks it was, but obviously not for the tournament.
One, it's tough too. Again, it just kind of starts the theme off. The Creighton-Louisville game is very much kind of a feeling game for Nebraska basketball because they didn't, obviously Creighton is what it is, and not landing Chucky Hepburn. That's going to be the start of it. I mean, if Chucky did go to Wisconsin, maybe would have teamed up with John Tonji. That would have been interesting, and certainly an Omaha connection there. It's tough to see. I mean, He's a guy that I think Nebraska fans, or whether he's from Wisconsin or Louisville, would have loved to see in the Husker uniform. It just never happened.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But again, I'm gonna give you my VJ's upsets. If 2 of them hit, I'm happy. Yale, UC San Diego, VCU, McNeese State, and Arkansas. Oh, and Memphis.
It's according to the spread. Yeah.
Well, according to the spread,
that's right.
They're underdog.
You're right. But they're the 5 seed against the 12 seed.
And they're the underdog.
And they're the underdog.
And most people are picking the 12 seed because they're going with the spread. And I get that. But I just don't see Penny Hardaway. That's okay. Right?
Yeah.
The old NBA legend Penny Hardaway.
Oh, yeah.
Orlando Magic Penny Hardaway. I don't see him losing the first round of this year.
I think I did pick Colorado State, but I had those same thoughts. As I could definitely see it's a little Penny Hardaway magic here happening in March as well. It's interesting because there are a few games that just, a lot of faith in Michigan after that Big Ten tournament run. A lot of people picked UC San Diego. So we'll see if that plays out. And then I think a lot of people like what they saw in North Carolina in the play-in game. So that's a popular upset pick as well over Ole Miss. We'll see if these things pan out. But there are, the 12-5 line, I think, as usual, is exciting this year. Almost like they're purposely doing it because every 12 seed has a pretty darn good argument against the 5 seed throughout the tournament here in the first couple of days. Again, my favorite, maybe, 1 or 2 days of the year. A lot of people would say the best 2 days in sports. If we don't crown a champion, we just have crazy games going around left and right. Louisville, by the way, trying to make it close. They're down 10 with a minute left. It's likely not going to happen. Creighton's just going to have to hit a few free throws to close this thing out. But a little bit upset alert watch there with Purdue in High Point. 8 minutes to go in that game. Purdue is only up 6 points there. And Purdue came in losers of 6 of their last.
It's another one of my picks. They're starting to come back.
High Point?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only down 6 at this point.
So I flipped myself, and I probably should have stayed right where I was. Big High Point. The game started. So we ain't count that excuse right now.
Yeah, this is exciting. We love doing this out here again at Buffalo Wings and Rings. And you guys, I've already got Terrell's got some delicious wings going. I can't wait to get a little bit of food for myself. Oh, there's some hot. You got that ghost pepper wings.
Yeah, and regular hot wings. They're not hot, but they speak a little bit. Ghost pepper.
Absolutely.
Especially with the white delicious sauce on it.
93.7 The Ticket live, March Mayhem from Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68 O Street. Get on down here. I'm with and powered by our industry. Grand Excavator. Be right back.
It ain't like the ghost pepper we just try to keep you. Yeah, okay. I don't need that. You're going to get pepper, yeah. Like a kid for a bottle.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hey Stars fans, I'm goaltender William Prowse. Be here at the Icebox on Saturday, March 22nd, when we host the Sioux Falls Stampede at 6:05. It's Pucks and Paws night at the box, so you can bring your dog to the game with you. Lock in your seats for March 22nd now by getting your tickets at LincolnStars.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Hello. Thanks.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh, wait. You already did.
Oh, is that what it is?
That is what it is.
Fiber.com to switch.
Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through everything. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th in Yankee Hill and 70th in Vine.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians, $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, Because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is this thing on? It is on. 93.7 The Ticket.
All right.
Captain Show.
All right. Welcome to March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket live from Buffalo Wings and Rings off 68th and O. We'll be here from 11 to 6 today. Come watch all the games with us. The first 64 people through the door, which all 64 ping pong balls are already gone. If your team ends up in the Final Four, you will win prizes like wings and rings, gift cards, and more. We're also giving away prizes at the top of every hour from 12 to 5 both days. No purchase necessary. Anyone who stops by will get a raffle ticket wherever you sit down at.
Yeah, they've already done the raffles. Whenever Jake Sorensen announces the winners, it's a very the crowd only cares for themselves. They boo whoever wins besides themselves.
What's so funny, sir?
Hey, Jake. Are we giving away some prizes or anything, or do we got to wait? Are we going to give out some prizes on our show?
Top of the hour.
Every top of the hour? How are we doing that? Okay, top of the hour, Jake said. 2 o'clock will be the next giveaway.
Yeah. So, this guy right here.
Well, like we said, Louisville now out of the tournament, losing to Creighton.
Goodbye.
So they're the first team out outside the first four. One thing to note there is very quickly, the ACC is pretty thin. I think they only had 4 teams coming in. Now they only have 3, North Carolina and Duke and Clemson, who had their most wins ever in a season for basketball at 27-6. They'll take on McNeese. Again, that's a popular pick. Will Wade, McNeese coach, has accepted another job, so he's 1 foot out the door. That might help Clemson. But the ACC once the dominant conference in college basketball, now down to just 3 teams in the tournament. Though I will say my team that I picked is Duke. I think the overall favorite is Duke, so at least that coming out of the ACC. What do you guys think when you see Duke lost 1 game in the conference? I think Clemson lost 2. What do you guys think when you see such an unbalanced conference? A conference record when you're 18-1 one way or the other, that's rather impressive. I don't care what conference you play in.
All right, and when you only lose 1 game, you got to take your hat off to the coaches, the team, everybody involved in something like that. But you got to be careful because those are the teams that get lulled to sleep. Because you went and you did what you did in conference play, you did what you did in non-conference play, but now this is a whole completely different team. And so sometimes you can go into that situation thinking that you're better than you are. You still got to bear down and do the fundamentals of basketball and make sure you get a win.
Yeah, we keep looking at the scores too. I know Wisconsin and Purdue in action, both those teams, as far as like looking for the Big Ten and how they're going to do. Both of them still leading. High Point's still sticking around, but 66-58, Purdue with the lead there. About 4 minutes to go in that game, and still at half, Wisconsin has a 40-32 win over Montana. You guys care at all how the Big Ten does? Nebraska's season, I mean, it's already been written, but maybe it looks better if the Big Ten does better. They haven't had a champion, for what it's worth, since the year 2000.
There hasn't been a Big Ten champion in basketball since 2000.
That's a long time for a good conference. But
Who's
yeah,
got the best chance to do it in the conference?
I think Michigan State. Michigan State's my pick to get to the final game and lose to Duke. But I think their bracket there sets up pretty well. In the Auburn bracket, they'd have to beat them. Likely, maybe we'll see who's there in the Elite Eight. But I think Michigan State's got a chance. Michigan's in that same region where they just won the Big Ten conference tournament. But I think the Big Ten kind of fell in that category. A lot of good teams. Is there a great one? And that's why, again, I lean toward Michigan State, but I don't know outside of that if I'd have a whole lot of confidence in a Purdue or an Illinois run, or, you kind of look on down the conference there.
I mean, only time will tell. And I think when you really look at basketball in the Big Ten, it's probably down. I mean, anytime I'm picking a high point over Purdue, and they're having success, it lets you know it's kind of down. And so I look for maybe one, if not two teams, to at least make it to the Elite Eight. At least.
I think that'd be a good year for the Big Ten. Yeah, good showing.
No, I don't have any Big Eight teams. I think I got Michigan State. I got Michigan State going pretty far. I got Auburn, Michigan State, Duke, and Houston going pretty far. But eventually, I have Duke is my winner. So,
you picked Duke to win it all
in one of my brackets.
Really?
Yeah, I got 3 brackets.
You gotta go to a main bracket. It's fine to have multiple brackets, but you gotta have a main bracket.
I think my main, whichever one does the best, Bob.
I know.
That's the main bracket.
You'll let me know. Yeah,
I'll let you know next week or by the Monday.
That's right. Then we'll know the main bracket.
But I have Auburn in this one, so I'm already at 10. I got 10 points. I know a lot of people in the ticket bracket is tied up right now, so we have to see how everybody does next week.
Is Lipscomb, do they have a chance against Iowa State?
Iowa State's without their second leading scorer, leading assist man for the tournament. They've got,
it's another upset.
So maybe.
I'm still picking Iowa State.
Yeah, I still like Iowa State's a good team. I think they'll still make a little bit of a run.
What about Marquette, New Mexico?
I actually did pick New Mexico in that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Let me look it up. I got my notes here but I got to scramble through because there's so many different games. But New Mexico in that game, they played good defense. They had the conference player of the year, averaged 20 points a game, 13 wins versus BPI top 100. And they've never won a tournament game haven't won a game since 2012. They did beat UCLA this year, so it kind of gives you the context of how they can play. I think they've got a puncher's chance against Marquette, who's not a great 3-point team. Gets a lot of points off of turnovers, so that could turn around for them. But I just wasn't all that impressed with Marquette's resume this year. They did beat Purdue, but losses twice to Wisconsin, lost 3 times to St. John's, lost to Iowa State. I think New Mexico, the Lobos, get the upset.
I don't know about it. Not so fast, my friend. Right when you said they ain't got a win since 2012, that in itself will let you know they ain't going to get it now. Marquette has been there. They always seem to be hanging around, at least to the 32. I think Marquette gets it done.
By the way, that Lipscomb game you were talking about, I did have a note on them. All of their starters, all 5 starters, have 30 or more threes on the season. So if you're looking for a team that, a lot of this is going to be 3-point dependent, who gets hot, who doesn't. But that's a team that maybe could pull the upset against Iowa State if they can get everybody going.
Live and die by the 3.
That seems to be a lot of teams' memos here.
Well, we have Montana hanging with Wisconsin over there, 38-42. Just 17 minutes left in the second half, but hey, it's a close game right now.
Yeah, Wisconsin, that's an interesting game. Obviously, like I mentioned, John Tanji in there, the Omaha native. They've got some pretty good experience on that team, good defense. I mean, it's everything a Wisconsin team usually you'd expect from. But Montana came into today shooting 50% from the field. That's the highest field goal percent in the country. I don't know what it is in that game, but there's usually it's kind of fun when you run down. There's usually a reason or two, a stat or two to believe in the underdog to get the victory, and they're pushing Wisconsin.
I'm gonna give you another couple more too. I like Drake over Missouri. Huh?
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Hey, that's on you. That's your bracket.
I didn't make the pick, but I could definitely see it. Drake's got, 3 losses on the year.
just saying, man, as I really break down this and I look at it, I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. I like that matchup big time. How about UConn and Oklahoma?
That's a good game, especially the winner of that likely to play Florida. I think both of those can have a puncher's chance against Florida. And obviously UConn, the back-to-back champion. The one thing about this team, obviously they lost a lot more games than the previous two, but it seems like they don't have the same defense as the championships teams did. But they will hit their free throws. And free throws, we mentioned the three-point line. Free throws can easily swing a game as well.
Now, we talked about this team, Grand Canyon. And all of a sudden, here they are making the tournament. Do they have any close to chance, Grand Canyon that is, of beating Maryland?
Nearly beat Alabama to go to the Sweet 16 last year. I mean, they had a little bit of a run. And Maryland, I like it, but they don't have a whole lot of depth. Julian Reese on the front line, obviously Derek Queen, one of the best freshmen in the nation. So I like Maryland in that game. But Grand Canyon is not going to be nervous about playing at all. I mean, like I said, they were a few plays away from winning last year and going to the Sweet 16. So that's one. Maryland should be on upset alert. I like the Terps, and I think the Terps can make a bit of a run. We talk about Big Ten teams. I think they have the possibility to do so. I just, concerned about their depth. If they get into foul trouble, then they could be in trouble.
So that's a no for what team you asked for? Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. Yeah. I'll go ahead and say no, but I don't have the final word.
Jim, Waverly Jim says funniest part is that Chucky Herbert's career ends at the hand of a Nebraska team.
Ooh.
Somebody says 52-15 says if you root for Creighton now, don't dare cheer for the Huskers next year. We want no part of you.
Oh, bah humbug. We can still cheer for the Skurs.
I like fan
I'm from
rules.
Omaha.
Yeah.
Stop it. That's like me cheering for UNO or Omaha, and then, but I can't cheer for Nebraska next year. Oh, stop.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. When Nebraska plays Creighton, if you cheer for Nebraska, then you're a Nebraska fan, I suppose. But I like all the fan rules. That's like the divider of the own fan base, if you cheer for Creighton. But that's what the rivalry is about, so I can appreciate it. Like I said, I will be cheering for Creighton. I like to see the state of Nebraska basketball do as well as they can. But I understand the rivalry part of it, too. So if you feel that way, I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I tell you what, we got somebody in the background singing Keith Sweat, and he has been itching to get on the show. He is back in the state of Nebraska, moved back here from Dallas, and so we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the living legend that is Keith McCant. Can we throw it to break and come back so we can get you something to eat?
I think we can.
We'll tag Keith in there.
That's right. Yeah.
And then eventually I'll be blocking the black shirt show because I want to eat a little something too.
Fair enough.
All right, live March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket and the Captain Show. We'll be right back.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and 0.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Koppel also has over 10,500 off list on new select models. So please stop on by and see what confident driving and confident buying is all about, or right down 144th Street or online at koppelcars.com. All deals with the roof credit, 0% is standalone.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and 0 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. We bringing in a legend, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know. Are you a basketball player?
No.
Oh, you're not a basketball player. Did you play basketball in Nebraska in the rec?
Yeah, I played a little bit in high school.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit in high school.
Keitha McCant joins the show from out here at Buffalo Rings and Things. Keitha, you done moved. You did the big move. How was the move down here?
The move was smooth, man. Got down here, plugged in, now I'm ready to go.
Are you a big basketball guy? Is this your thing or no?
No, it is. I'm a huge Duke fan.
Duke?
Oh, huge Duke fan.
That's why I don't want you really sitting next to me. I just had Bach sitting next to me. He was a Duke fan, so I don't know what that means.
The Christian late in the days, Thomas Hill, Grant Hill. No, I'm a true Duke fan.
Oh, you talking about back in the day, dude?
Yeah, but I love Duke.
You don't know none of the dudes today. Can you name one?
Who's the number one pick? Who's white chocolate?
Terrell, can you name one?
No.
Okay. Can you even name a basketball player off a team?
I don't know.
Damn,
I
got him, boy.
I can name coaches.
Oh, you a coach guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you could do that.
John Shire. Yeah, Coach Duke.
Yeah. How
Bruce
many you
Pearl.
got?
There you go.
Where?
Bruce Pearl.
Who he coached?
Auburn.
What else?
Mississippi coach. Ole Miss coach. Chris. He was coach at Texas.
I don't know.
He coaches at
I know
Ole
you're talking
Miss.
about Ole Miss now.
Yeah.
Who else?
Rick Pitino.
Who else?
John Calipari.
Okay, who else? There you go.
Keep it going, Terrell.
Kansas.
Shabazz, what's his name? He still coaching? He coached at last name Shabazz. He coached for one of those lower league schools who used to get into the tournament all the time.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. It's March.
Bill Self.
Bill Self.
Bill
there you
Self.
go.
There we go. Kansas.
It's March. I want to talk a little bit of football. I know we're talking basketball, but we'll give you some score updates on the next segment. But Keelan, as these guys get ready for spring ball, kind of what do you think's going through their heads? You know, being that this is Riola's second year, right? And you got 3 guys behind them that's, to me, capable.
Well, I think going in, just continue to grow within the position, work on some things that he didn't do so well last year, and just continue to grow. The guy is definitely talented, and as long as they can continue to surround him with great players, I think they'll be okay.
I think one thing what we forget is about these guys got to focus on football and not the 37 extra players they got on the football team, because that's going to play a big part in it. Because when you have a lot of things on your mind like that's one thing that's always going to be in the back of your head is I can get cut. So, but the quarterback situation is that how are you going to be able to keep these young guys? Because as you know, the kid who transferred from Purdue, he's a sophomore. The kid we had last year that was from NAIA, he's a junior. And then you got a freshman in Latif who's here early, who practiced during the bowl game, and he's a freshman, a true freshman. Right. So with Riola going in his second year, we got to be wise about how we play this out, because you could lose a guy right after spring ball if everything don't go right.
Well, I think all these guys play musical chairs. Everybody wants to play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the NIL stuff going on, everybody wants to play. So, really, to keep guys like back in the day when we played, it's just not happening today.
Yeah. Well, and you knew you had a penalty to pay if you left.
Right.
Now it's not necessarily a penalty. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a couple $100,000 to do it. So I get what they say when they say I'm not gonna have a spring, because what happens if you have 3 out of the 4 quarterbacks play phenomenally, and then all of a sudden you got a problem. So I the more I look at it, the more I think you want to go into the fall. If you can go in the fall with 4 capable quarterbacks, I think you're able and willing to do anything.
Oh yeah, you're
all
winning.
Right.
You're winning.
Keelan, you're back.
Yes.
Now, how long will it take you to catch up on? Now you're a Husker, but you got to learn the new Huskers, the young kids, all the names, and because you're going to be helping on the radio. We already know that, obviously. But how long will it take you to get back in the Husker groove from being in Texas? And I know you're one of those regular guys who come back a lot to the university.
I don't think it's going to take too long. I still watch quite a bit. Sometimes it's hard to watch, but no, it's not going to take long, man. I'm actually looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay, so now to switch gears a little bit, we talked about offensive linemen a while back ago. How important is it to have offensive linemen that can control the line of scrimmage and not get you hit from the back?
Oh, so important, right? We were built on the pipelines back in the day. And when you had I had a guy named Will Shields, who we know, 15 years in the league, Chiefs, Hall of Fame, NFL. So, man, that's so important. If they can keep that guy standing up, on the more success they can have.
What was the worst blindside hit you took? You remember?
You know what's going to be crazy? The hardest hit I probably took, and it was the team that wasn't so good, was probably Iowa State.
Dang.
Which
Blindside
is crazy.
you?
Yeah.
You didn't see it coming?
Didn't see it coming.
Was you more of a scrambler passer or a passer scrambler? Or a runner?
No, I was more of a dual threat.
Right.
Yeah. I threw the ball well.
Right.
I threw the ball well. But, if I need to get out, I could. My biggest deal with my transition here was running the option. I never ran that in high school.
Oh, so that wasn't your deal?
No, that was not my deal.
Oh, explain something.
Yeah.
So you had to learn the option.
I had to learn, yeah. We talked about this,
really
remember?
I know, but as I think about it, that really wasn't your stick.
No. But
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, but back then times have changed. I wanted to go to a good school, great school. Coach Osmond kind of reminded me of my high school coach. And, I came up here, took a trip up here.
Mm-hmm.
It was Turner Gill who convinced me, and I fell in love with it, man. So I fell
Bill Bush in the building.
I see old Bush.
The great Bill Bush is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? Bach in the building, Jake in the building, Nick's in the building. We are live down here from Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O Street. Get down here, get you some tickets. We got great door prizes, and you just want to be here. Great atmosphere.
Let me get a shout out. Can I do that?
Oh, go ahead.
I got a shout out to some good friends back in Parkston, South Dakota, Bugs Bar. You get a chance, you're ever in that area, go by Bugs Bar.
All right, it's a Husker bar.
It can be.
All right, so they're Husker friendly.
Yes.
Oh, Husker friendly Bugs Bar. I got you. Shout out to Bugs Bar. Where is it at again?
Parkston, South Dakota.
Is that where the Mount Rushmore is?
I'm not sure.
You know? You
know?
No. He said don't ask him.
Yeah.
You guys don't know where Mount Rushmore is? Who's
I think
on
it's in
Mount
North Dakota? Ain't it?
I know it was South Dakota, but who's on Mount Rushmore? You guys know?
Lincoln.
Who else?
Washington.
That's a question for the text line too. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself.
I don't know. I don't know who's on.
It's so funny. I've asked a lot of people, where's Mount
Andrew
Rushmore?
Jackson?
Hold on, let's see if Bach knows real quick. Come here, Bach. Let's check Bach out. He said Andrew Jackson. Absolutely not. Where's Mount Rushmore? South Dakota. Bach knows it's in South Dakota. Who's on Mount Rushmore?
Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt, and who am I missing out there? TJ Jefferson.
There you go.
I got two of them.
You got two of the four.
Yeah.
Look, they all cheat. Look at them. Go ahead.
George Washington,
Go ahead.
Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln.
Hey, most people don't know where it's at. And they don't know who's on it.
A quarter.
What?
A penny. Who's on the penny?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
Hey, you can't stop me.
The dollar.
George Washington.
Yeah. No other president has. No other. The other two don't have coins.
Well, yeah, but
that's true.
Who's on the 50? I bet y'all don't know.
No, I don't know who's on the 50.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm just Bach probably don't know this one.
Andrew Jackson's on the 20, ain't he?
Yeah, but Bach, who's on the 50? Who? Give me some. I will give you $50, but I'm not. 93.7 the ticket. We are live. We got the big man with us. We got Bach with us. We got the black shirt and Keith McCann. We'll be right back.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze. An afternoon high around 43. Tonight, increasing cloud cover, continued breeze, a low near 35. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy with a high near 56. I'm meteorologist Kyle Collector for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Yeah. We are live action. You can't bring nobody to the party because they get sidetracked by a bunch of young ladies. He gets sidetracked, and all before we know it, he's not even doing the show anymore. So we got to bring Bach back because he's sidetracked. See how that works? We can't take him to the party with us, Terrell. We can't do it.
No.
No, he's banned from the party. That's that easy. Now, he has to be on the show. Can you believe that? Huh?
Yeah.
No. Go back over there and talk at the table. Don't try to take him off the table now.
What name are we going to make?
What's
your radio handle?
Distracted.
Okay,
Distracted.
hold on. Let me defend myself.
How about that? You can't defend yourself. There is no defense. It's indefensible.
You had some
You're
nice
caught up.
fans, elderly women who wanted to ask a couple of questions. They overheard gentlemen talking about quarterbacks. So who am I not to speak to the elderly
Yeah,
women?
you're supposed to let them know I'm doing the show, ladies. And
That's what
I got to
told
keep
them.
my eyes on the show
Hey.
because I'm trying to see about doing this thing. Before you know it, you holding court.
Listen.
You eating food, drinking brewskis and stuff with the ladies.
Look at those.
That's what I'm saying. You
See-
just can't do it.
See, he's throwing you guys under the bus.
No,
now.
I'm not. I'm throwing you under the
Them
bus.
elderly women gonna come get you.
What are you talking about? They not them was young ladies. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Come
them-
on, man. We're not going to fuss over this. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna send you back over there. Period. Because you was just holding court. Terrell, you saw it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not in it, though.
Well, that's not it. It's just, we're gonna need you not to get sidetracked, sir.
I'm back.
All right, I got
I'm
some
back.
questions for you guys.
Come
man.
on.
All right, let's go with it.
Year 2 for Dylan. What you looking for?
Like I said before, I'm just looking at him to continue to grow within the position, not make the mistakes he made last year as a freshman, which you expect that, right?
Yeah.
And just continue to grow, man. And like I said, hopefully Rule and the game continue to put great people around him, great players.
All right, now.
Can I answer that or no?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, VJ.
All right. Well, I think when you look at year 2, we looked at Dylan to come in here and really do better than he did last year. But now going into year 2, I think he has to be stellar because you went and you got a bunch of guys around him. You brought back guys, and you went. It's his turn now for him to wow us with some of the plays that he can make.
All right, now, how can we added 2 offensive linemen from the portal. Okay. How can this group go from good to dominant?
You want me to take that, or you want to take it first?
You go ahead and take that.
Well, I mean, ultimately, it starts with those 5 guys playing as a unit, Terrell. They got to play as a one-unit machine from the center all the way out to the tackles. And when you extend it to the tight ends, they got to play as a machine. I think you have to run the ball. I don't think that you can get your offensive linemen in the flow of the game by just passing the ball. And I think we're going to have to make sure that we have a pretty doggone good run game, in order to support that. Yep. See, I'm saying everybody rude.
That number 51. All right.
Shout out to Matt Verzal, who was 51. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, now my next one is going to be a tough one for y'all. No, besides Emmett Johnson, we know that Emmett Johnson is RB1.
Okay.
We know that Quentin Nyes played in the bowl game, but I don't think he did enough to solidify that number 2 spot. You got a great freshman in Jamarion Parker who's coming along. You got Connor Booth back there. And you have quite a few other running backs. Who do you think can emerge as number 2 running back behind RB1?
That's up in the air. I mean, Quentin Ives, I would believe, would be in the pole position. But I think it was a true freshman that redshirted last year that I believe is going to come on a little stronger than people maybe give him credit for. So right now, you don't have a number 2, if you ask me. Even though it's Quentin Ives, but I'm saying aside from him, he's not proven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that gives you a great upside because he's of his size, of his speed. But as far as playing behind his pass, playing with body leverage, playing mean, playing nasty, we haven't saw that yet. And I think you got to find a number 2, maybe even a number 3 at running back in order to be successful in the Big Ten.
Definitely, I think you need 3 running backs. I mean, it's such a tough league, and when it starts to get cold, those latter months, and like you said, we need to run the ball. So, I'm just looking to see who's going to take those.
Yeah, I mean,
the
because
second position or whatever.
Nebraska has had a down year in running backs lately. This is not the university that we used to having, 2 or 3 breakout backs that can do it. I think for the last 3-4 years, it has declined a lot, especially not having a 100-yard rusher besides a quarterback in the last 3 years. When you have a quarterback that's the only one that's bust over 1,000 yards, 100 yards in 2.5, 3 years, that makes your running game look bad.
You don't, and here's the deal: you don't want your running back running the ball the lion's share of the times, anyways, because if your quarterback gets hit the right way, he's done for. And when you have a guy that you might be leaning on and depending on, the last thing you want to do is get him hurt. Just like with Dylan, when he tried to run a couple times, it didn't know necessarily how to run, and when he took that hit, everybody in the stadium, the air went out the entire stadium. So you'd rather have a run game, and we'd rather Dylan scramble off the run game, off the pass game. It didn't have a definitive run call for Dylan Raiola or any other running back.
Well, yeah, that's not his forte, right? It's not like when we played where we had the built-in runs for the quarterbacks that actually, was really good at. That's not his forte. His forte to keep him upwards and let him throw the ball. Pick the defense to throw the ball.
Any more questions, Terrell?
No, I'm good.
Maybe you had some more.
I wouldn't get on running back. Our defense on y'all yet. Y'all, I don't.
Well, we need to be on defense because I think when you really look at the grand scheme of things, that defensive line, you got holes to fill.
Yeah.
You got holes to fill, serious holes to fill up front. When you talk about Nash Huckmonster, you're going to know how much those two guys meant to this Nebraska defense next year. I guarantee it, because you really don't have a solid 1 or 2 at defensive tackle at all that you can depend on. Now, do we got guys that we went out and got in the transfer portal? Yes. Do we got Elijah Judy? Yes. Do we got another couple guys that are coming back? Van Poppel? Yes. But they're not proven. What I mean by proven is that means playing the entire game. You're the man. You're the guy. Get it done.
Yeah. Even when you talk about Nwili, the big guy from Missouri that we have, he's not a proven player yet. Yeah, true.
Not yet.
True, he's a 5-star player, but true, he hasn't developed yet. Nebraska has developed him. They have to get him ready. You got other DNs in there that can come and fill in. You got a young Willis McGahee, who's going to be great. You have the guy, what's his name last year, VJ, who started as a freshman, Cam Linhart. He had the sophomore blues. So you got to worry about these type of players that can these players rebound from the year that he had last year.
They got to put Cam Linhart more of a position to just play with his hair on fire. I think you don't put Cam Linhart in a position where he's got to think. He's got to be playing linebacker. He's got to be playing in space. I'm telling Cam Linhart, look, bro, I don't care what you do. Go get the quarterback. I don't want him doing nothing else. I don't want him thinking any other kind of way. I want him being aggressive, putting his head in the dirt, and getting to the doggone ball.
Yeah. Now, that sounds great, but I think as a whole unit, this whole defense has to prove a lot. You have a new defensive coordinator, you have a new DB coach, you have a new D-line coach. You lost your defensive coordinator. How can they, maintain that same intensity and fire under a guy that they never played for? And now he's the guy who's in control because he was only at Nebraska for 1 year before he takes over.
You talking about the defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it shouldn't take much to get motivated when they all getting paid. Okay? They're all on scholarship. They're all getting paid. They're all get to sit in the Taj Mahal of football facilities. They get the best of the best. There's no complaining. There should be no complaining. And if I was Coach Rule, if I heard the first one complaining, I'm going to fire him immediately because you can't win with one person complaining. One bad apple will spoil the bunch.
So the whole defense changing?
Well, they stand in the 3-3-4, but I mean,
allegedly
3-3-4, but 3-3-5, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But they're not switching it. I mean, you could do a lot out of that defense, but it's not my typical defense I would run in college football. You have got to have 2 big tackles that's in there, and we don't have that right now. I mean, you have a guy in Van Poppel, but how much can he do? How much can he do it 40 plays instead of 10 plays? He did it last year. I mean, you asking a guy like Shaver, Vincent Shavers, who played Springley as a freshman, to come in there and do 50 snaps. You know, this is what we got to figure out. Can these guys go the distance? Can these guys play a whole game without having to switch up a lot like Tony White did?
So my question to you then, being the defensive guru, do they have guys that are capable?
I mean,
that's what we're talking about.
They have to prove it. I mean, we can. It looks good on paper.
Okay.
Everything looks good on paper.
Right.
Everybody passes the test on paper. But when you get on the field, are you a guy that know what you're doing out there? Are you smart enough to learn other teams' offense? That comes with studying. That comes with reading your playbook. Do you know your down and distance? Do you know what hash line this team does this from? There's a lot to go with football. Can you get turnover? Can you create turnovers?
Right.
Can you beat your man one-on-one? Can you tackle one-on-one? Can you tackle open field? I mean, that's a lot of stuff we couldn't do last year. So now you have to do it, but you want to at a high intensity.
So you like the high motor guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to run and tackle. That's what they call run, tackle, score, scoop. You know, interception machine. You got to have guys who can make turnovers. You need that guy who you can count on third down that can bull rush and spin and get that sack. You know,
but Terrell, who's the playmaker? Who's the guy on this defense that's a playmaker? Because when was the last time we had a real live playmaker on defense? I love Ty. I love Hush Monster. But there was no playmakers on defense. You can't tell me one dominant force in a long time on this defensive front.
Well, not exactly on the defensive front. If I had to
defense period.
If I had to pick a playmaker out, I mean, I'm going on a limb with this one. It has to be Vincent Shavers. Maybe he can be that new playmaker. Maybe he can be that force that we need. Maybe he could be that blitzer or that guy who gets that blindside hit and knocks the ball away from the quarterback and can scoop it and score or have a teammate do it. This is going to be a no-name defense right here. So they have to find their identity first before they know who they are, because we don't know their strength. We don't know what they specialize in. We don't know if this is going to be the same run-stopping defense that it was last year. We don't know if it's going to be a shut-down corners that we have.
You don't know nothing, but I'm saying you ain't got no potentials.
It's
crazy. That lets you know where we're at.
See, that was my question. Do we have capable guys?
I mean, I think we have some. Okay. I don't know if you have 11. You probably have 6 right now.
Give me
That's
one.
a problem.
Give me one.
6 capable guys?
No, we're talking about playmakers.
Difference makers.
Difference makers.
You were a difference
Terrell
maker.
Farley.
Yeah, Terrell Farley was a difference
Who is that guy going to be? I'm trying to find him. Where is the Terrell Farley's on the 2025 Nebraska football roster?
Because I'm giving everybody a pass on defense from last year. Because
nobody asked you for no pass.
You got a new defense coordinator, so these guys get to start
they
over.
Don't got no new defense.
They get to start over.
And
they get to start over. And when you say start over, they get another chance to prove that themselves. If they was third on depth chart, they can be 1. You're in the whole
What's
situation.
That got to do with you being able to pick one guy?
Because sometimes
defense that's a difference maker.
Sometimes them difference makers be held back. Guys that coach didn't necessarily like, or
goes to show you,
or
ladies and gentlemen, you don't have one. You have one. You don't have one playmaker on defense that Terrell Farley is confident in.
I mean,
you're not confident in one of those guys right now, Terrell. Be honest.
I'm capable. I got 2
Who you confident in?
Shavers,
playmakers.
Shavers.
Okay, Vincent Shavers. Now,
probably, I'm still learning about the guy from Georgia Southern. He's a run stopper.
I like him.
He don't necessarily has to be a playmaker. He just has to control.
You gotta
control
have
the middle,
buddy. That's a playmaker. You gotta have somebody that makes plays, sir.
Like you, Terrell.
Right.
You made plays.
Stop it.
Yeah. You made
I know
plays.
it's hard for you to fathom finding another Terrell Farley around here.
But those are the type of
Well,
playmakers.
it's not just the Terrell Farleys I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Dominic Sues out there. I'm looking for the Grant Wistroms out there. And I don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm looking for the Tony Velands, the Tyrone Williams, the Mike Bookers, the Mike Browns, the
Peters.
The Peters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Phil Ellisons. I don't necessarily see that with the defense in a 3-3-5. Now, if it was a 4-3, it'll be a different situation. But when you're in the 3-3-5, We don't have those two big monsters like we had last year. You don't have Ty Robinson. You don't have Hutchmaker.
You got to replace him if you're going to run a 3-3-5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have a guy like Van Poppel, but
I don't
how
think
much
we
can
run
he
it in
do it?
3-3-5, quite honest. Me personally, I think we're throwing that out there as a smokescreen. But I don't know how effective that 3-3-5 defense was. Putting what's my man that went to LSU? Defensive end, number 10.
Prince
Butler.
Butler.
You put Butler in space. He's not the same guy with his hands down.
Yeah,
he cannot play in space. So it's like telling the big fella to go play tight end when he was at Nebraska 30 years ago. It ain't happening. This dude can go play tight end. The other dude couldn't play tight end because he was 210 pounds. You understand what I'm saying, though, right?
And that's why I think those guys left, because they want to be in a situation to win, not be in a situation to help the team out. Because, you know, when you got a guy like Jamari Butler who was playing in a 3-3-5, he didn't get the line out wide. And his specialty is being a defensive end. And, you know, going one-on-ones and not having to go against guards and tackles and pulling guards and centers who's blocking down. And he wasn't given that chance here. So most of these guys leave because they want a better situation, not because they want a better team.
Mm-hmm. I get that, but I think in order to build a championship football team, everybody's got to buy in.
Yeah.
You can't have one person that's looking outside thinking that they can get it done somewhere else. You got to buy in complete as a team, as a unit, from the janitor all the way up to the GM, to the athletic director. Everybody's got to buy in order to get this thing done. If they don't buy in, it's not going to happen. If you don't replace, it's not going to happen. Linebackers, I think about Javen Wright. He's got to step out this year. He got to be a playmaker this year. He's so close and on the cuffs of it, but now he's got to take a step forward. You know, I think if we can protect this kid, he has a potential to be a ball hawk, and that's Malcolm Harsgrove. You put him in the slot, and you get two nice corners around him. Before you know it, there's nothing going to be able to move in the middle. So I think we have – and then Singleton. You know, Singleton has to come back and get better as a safety in his cover skills, but also in his tackling skills. And so they've got work to do. But I just don't see game breakers right now.
And I think the thing about Singleton is we can move him to that rover spot. I think he'd probably be better equipped for that and let one of the young guys take over that free safety spot, because you had young guys that was playing good last year, but wasn't able to get a chance because they was, you know, you got Damon Benning kid who plays safety. So, you know, it's not about what he needs to do, is can he make a move? And I think he needs to move to that rover spot and help, because that was a position last year that cost us a lot of games, and the coaches was afraid to make a change because you don't want to make players mad. Well, I don't care who gets mad, but if we need to change, somebody like Javen Wright has to go in that office and say, hey, coach, this is not, you know, I know you the coach, but we need, you know, put us in position to win.
Right. Yeah. Come on down here. We are live down March Mayhem style. 93.7 The Ticket, Captain Show. Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O Street. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. Come on down. We got great door prizes. And listen, you can play Keno, where they talked about my Area 51, but the number is hitting. We'll be right back.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Koppel also has over 10,500 off list on new select models. So please stop on by and see what confident driving and confident buying is all about. We're right down 144th Street or online at KoppelCars.com. All deals with the roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze. An afternoon high around 43. Tonight, increasing cloud cover, continued breeze, a low near 35. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy with a high near 56. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, the fastest 2 hours in radio. And we are at March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket live from Buffalo Wings and Rings off 68th and O. Come chill with us today from 11 to 6. Come watch all games. Well, we don't have to worry about the 64 people again, Bob. We're also giving away prizes at the top of the hour, every hour from 12 to 5, both days. No purchase necessary. Anyone who stops by will get a raffle ticket. But we got some good games going on, man. We got Auburn playing right now. We got McNeese State and Clemson playing right now. Wisconsin just won a game. So we're I don't know what your bracket's looking like. And we got Keith McCann here with us, Bob.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't know if he's a basketball guy, but we're gonna treat you better than we're trying to treat you when we get on.
I appreciate that.
Keith. That's how we roll around here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was talking to Keith, and you said you played some hoops in high school. Your coach was upset you quit.
Yeah, I quit after my sophomore year. I just concentrated on football. You know, back then you started as a sophomore at the highest class in Texas. That was huge. So at the end of my sophomore year, I was getting recruited by everybody, and I said, this is going to be my future rather than basketball. So I made the decision.
What made you make the football pick? Just obviously had a pretty high ceiling for it, but Nebraska, yeah.
Yeah, actually, Turner Gill was from a suburb that's right next to mine. After Coach Osmond came to recruit me, he gave me a call and said, hey, they really like you. I think you should at least take a visit. And I did, man. I fell in love with the facilities, obviously, the people here, and
Yeah,
history.
well, yeah. Like you said, the rest is history for us.
History,
We're certainly Husker fans are happy you made that pick. But yeah, you're right, Terrell. So far, and I don't know if you filled out a bracket, Keithan, but nothing's really rattled the brackets so far. Sometimes we go through a full day. You kind of wait for the madness. Maybe the madness will all happen on Friday. But I've got to say this: there's just a heck of a lineup today as we get into these games. Like you said, Clemson and McNeese just started. BYU VCU is going to tip off here at around 3 o'clock. That's going to be a heck of a game. Georgia Gonzaga, we mentioned the Battle of the Bulldogs. They're the 8-9 seed at 3:35. But just throughout the day, I mean, Kansas, Arkansas, A&M, Yale, Missouri, Drake, St. John's, Omaha tonight. Michigan, UC San Diego is a popular pick for the nightcap. Certainly going to be some madness before we're done here, I think.
Right. All right. Give us some time, Bach.
Yeah,
we got
that's right.
Oh,
give us some time.
Yo, Nate the Skate Turner says, "What's up, fellas?"
There you go.
Nate, skate.
How about a shout out to the Huskers wrestling team, who's currently in second place in the Nationals box? So good luck to those guys.
Yeah.
I think they got a wrestler in every weight class except heavyweight. And that's the thing about Nebraska sports. We're finally taking a turn to be a every sport university.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually shout out to the women's team for making the tournament.
Yeah.
So
when we talk about women's basketball, who's your favorite team besides? I know you got Nebraska now. You have Don Staley, who coaches an excellent South Carolina team. You have Juju, what's her name?
Juju Smith.
Juju Watkins.
Juju Watkins,
at
who's
USC.
at USC. Mm-hmm. You have a great UCLA team.
Yeah.
So you got two big teams from the Big Ten who can really go out there and handle the rock. And you have a South Carolina team out there.
I'm about to say, don't forget that South Carolina team.
So, I'm looking forward to – I'm not big on women's sports basketball, but I do watch it when they get lower. Like, I won't watch any of these games. These games mean nothing to me till it gets to, like, the Sweet 16. So, only thing I would really look at is my bracket because I'm a bracketologist.
Bracketologist.
Yeah, so, I really right now I'm in first place in the ticket. We all are.
We all are. Well, and it is interesting with the women's bracket. Obviously, like you said, we're all going to be hyper-focused on Nebraska, see if they can beat Louisville tomorrow. That would be huge. And then they've got a tough matchup as that 10 seed being, to try to take down a 7 seed, that you're going to have a 2 seed waiting there for you on the other end with TCU and Haley Van Lith. They've got a big that's going to be able to challenge Markowski down low pretty well if Nebraska is able to get past Louisville. So a tall task for Nebraska to get to the Sweet 16, but we'll be cheering for them. But it is important to remember as we go through this, the rise of women's basketball, and I'm interested to see if it can maybe replicate what we saw last year, where remember the women's championship game actually outdrew as far as eyeballs and numbers. The championship game, of course, that was all behind Caitlin Clark Mania and Iowa and all that. But if they can replicate this year, maybe like you said, if Juju or somebody major paid. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities out there. Maybe again, not to the star power that Caitlin Clark rose to, but for the women's championship game, if they get the big names in to compete again with the men's.
Absolutely. And we forgot about the young lady out of UConn, Paige Beck.
Yes.
Who's solid, phenomenal. So it's in good hands.
Yeah.
A lot of great players. All
right, now I want to talk to Bach about this because Bach is a Boston Celtics fan.
That's right.
Boston Celtics sold for a record $6.1 billion, Bach, the highest price in North America sports history. I think Phoenix Suns was leading that a couple of years ago, where they sold a team for $4.1 million. Bach,
billion, that is.
Billion.
Yeah.
So, Bach, that is crazy. I think that tops everything because Washington Redskins or what the Commanders was sold for $6.05 billion in 2023. So that's crazy.
Well, and it's good to be on top, right? So usually it's kind of like the NFL quarterback. Whoever is the recent free agency might get the new record. But for the Celtics, it's a good time to sell too. And they basically said after they won the championship that it was up for sale. So it took a while to get there, but obviously you do it while your team is at the top. Maybe got some extra money out of it, but the Celtics are more obviously than just this last title. One of the most storied franchises, not just in the NBA, but in professional sports in North America. So it makes a lot of sense. It's interesting as you kind of track these things to see how would that possibly change the way the Celtics will do business moving forward. Hopefully not a whole lot, as I say, as a Celtics fan, because I think they've got their core together. Obviously, we're able to win last year. But sometimes new ownership likes to, we've talked about this with Jerry Jones before. Jerry Reinsdorf all the way back with the Bulls back in the day. Sometimes it's not just enough to win. You have to win because the new ownership or somebody had to push a button or move something to get it done. So, obviously I don't expect anything for the remainder of this season, but I hope nothing too much shakes up with the Celtics because they've got a core that can run and compete for a championship in the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So, that's one thing you always wonder when somebody buys the team. Are they going to mess with the coaches? Are they going to mess with the players? Are they just still going to be that fan they are after they bought this team? Because the guy who bought the Celtics is a fan. So will he be involved in team operations when it comes to players and coaches? That's the big thing.
Yeah, and then, we've seen too with Mark Cuban before, how visible of an owner might he be? Is it good or bad to have a visible owner? I mean, I think it has its pros and cons, but we'll see. Bill Chisholm is the name of the new owner and managing partner at Symphony Technology Group. I'm not going to lie, I don't know a whole lot about that, but I know that he must have had enough success to be the point where he can buy the Celtics for the record amount. So I think they'll hold the record for now. We'll see what happens when the next team comes up for sale.
All right, so the Vikings say they're going to roll with McCarthy, not Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers have not even signed a deal yet. I was thinking one of the guys from Pittsburgh said something earlier in the week is like, what taking them so long? Is it? Would you rather wait this long, or do you? Because I don't know if the Steelers feel comfortable with Kenny Pickens, Bob and Keith. And when I say that is just because the two quarterbacks you had last year are better than him. So, with this late wait, I don't know if the Steelers have enough ground to draft a quarterback out of the draft.
Well, they were talking about this morning, possibly drafting the kid out of Louisville. The kid, what's the quarterback name? Louisville. He's
okay, yeah.
Kind of coming on everybody's radar.
Yeah.
He moves very well, throws the ball exceptionally. Yeah. The ball pops off his hands.
Tyler Shell, I think. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but yeah.
Tyler Scholes.
Something like that. I think it's pronounced differently than it's spelled, but that could be interesting. And is it worth the wait for Aaron Rodgers?
Well, that's the thing. What teams want all the drama and hoopla that comes with that with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
And I think that's the question you got to go in with as far as the head coach staff on down and GMs and everybody, do you want everything that comes with that?
Now, remember, I know he didn't succeed with the Jets and had to sit out 2 years ago, but sometimes we paint these as complete disasters if the team didn't win. He did have 28 touchdowns, 11 picks last year. That's pretty good. If you can put that on a Steelers team, especially, that's where I think he'll land. You mentioned earlier the Steelers, some of the members of that organization might be getting frustrated waiting around for him. But that's a pairing that certainly could, rise the Steelers up to a competitor in a very tough AFC. It's tough to be a competitor in the AFC.
But the head coach for Pittsburgh, is he ready?
Tomlin,
Is Tomlin ready for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. Is he ready for Aaron Rodgers?
Well, you got to ask yourself, is Aaron Rodgers ready for Mike Tomlin? Because I don't think too many people, and when you say that about that Pittsburgh team, now you got a guy with like DJ Metcalf, who comes there, and him and George Pickens, that's a tag team champions right there.
Yeah.
So you got one strong arm and one who's leaping off the top rope, and then you got a quarterback who goes in the cave in the summertime and meditates. So can Mike Tomlin straighten these guys out? I mean, he's a great coach, but I just don't like the fact that Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh. I think it messes them up like it messes the Jets up.
Yeah, we could see that. And again, it's not official. We'll see. That just does seem to be a team that's out there waiting for him. Terrell, I did want to ask you this. Georgia wide receiver Nitro Tuggle arrested this morning. What do you think it was for?
Oh, speeding.
That is correct.
Speed demon.
Speeding and reckless driving for another Georgia player down there in Athens. And again, his name, he goes by Nitro. So I think maybe it was doomed when they were
too much nitro in his car.
That's right.
Is that in the blood of the people down in Georgia?
I think it's a young thing. These young kids. I mean, it's these SRTs and these scat packs that they all want to drive, and some of them go to Atlanta, probably want to try to make it back for a certain time, and when you go through that little part of Athens from Atlanta out there in Gwinnett County, you got to go through that way. It's cops out there, and they probably just have it out for Georgia players, because you probably get a big bonus if you could get a player in trouble.
Bulldog,
So that's certain things you have to worry about.
Gotcha.
Also in college football, I did want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Florida State had open practices in spring under Mike Norvell previous to this. They've decided to shut that down this year. Just one open practice. They say it does not have to do with last year's 2-10 record. Do you believe them?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it might have to do with the losing record a little bit. That's just me. But maybe, we know a couple of the guys that went over there, including the defensive coordinator. Maybe some new thoughts in there. Maybe they decided, hey, we don't feel as comfortable with that with what Mike Norvell's done there in the past.
Well, going 1-9, I won't want anybody to see what my team's going through right now. So I would have everything closed, even spring practice closed. So because you gotta make up for that terrible schedule, that terrible losses that you had last year. You come from being a one team left out of the national championship game or for that BCS thing, and then you go down in the bowl game and get embarrassed, and then you start the year off getting embarrassed by a couple of teams, and you get that 2-11 record, and I will have everything closed off.
Yeah. Now, in his defense with the bowl game, they did use their all-star quarterback.
Yeah,
and that kid was pretty good. So that hurts you when you lose your guy, and all of a sudden a guy that doesn't get many reps, he has to be thrown in the fire and play.
Yeah, so I would still say Florida State 2 years. I don't know how they didn't make a 14 playoff undefeated. I don't care if you have an injury or not. That's why we play the game. That's why I love March Mayhem. What we're going through now is there's going to be teams that shouldn't have a shot on paper that will get upsets. And Florida State probably wouldn't have won without Jordan Travis at quarterback, but I would have liked them to at least get the shot.
Gotcha.
So, a lot of different people, different thoughts on that. One more college football story I want to get your guys' thoughts on, because we've seen a lot of celebrity coaches, I suppose, down there at Colorado. And let's say between Warren Sapp and Marshall Faulk, well, they don't have coaching experience. Well, this time they found somebody that does. Byron Leftwich will join the Colorado staff. Another former quarterback, used to play at Marshall, played in the NFL for a long time. But he has 4 years of offensive coordinator experience in the NFL at Tampa Bay under his resume. He had interviewed for NFL head coaching jobs the past cycle before this one, and it seems to just kind of be in between jobs. So Deion Sanders says, you know what? Let's bring another coach in here, somewhat celebrity, somewhat proven coach. And I would say proven coach if you're getting head coach opportunities or at least interviews in the NFL.
Absolutely love the move.
Yeah.
Not only that, you got a new quarterback that's going to be starting, and what better way than have this guy come in that actually played the position. You know, like you said, he called games in the NFL. So I love it. I love what Deion's doing.
Yeah. The staff seems to getting better every couple of weeks. Seems like they make another hire.
Yeah.
You like the Leftwich hire, Terrell?
Yeah, I love Byron Leftwich. Followed him a lot when he was at Marshall. Yeah, followed him a lot. You know, when they carried him down the field and stuff like that. His resume speaks for itself. It's not like you're getting a guy like Warren Sapp or Marshall Faulk who hasn't coached yet. This guy been to the NFL. He's been a coordinator. He got to the AFC Championship. He got to the Super Bowl with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I think this is a good hire for Deion. I think it's a good hire for Bauer to get his career started in college. Maybe he can snatch a head coach job in the future. But right now, Deion's headed in the right path.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was just kind of waiting to see where Leftwich landed because he is somewhat of a name that we know in the coaching circles and just hadn't landed anywhere. But we've seen this in the past at Alabama, different schools, right, where if you're kind of in between stops, you can, kind of be, and that's what he is. He's not hired as the offensive coordinator. They didn't even announce a position for him, but he's going to help out with that offense. And again, to your point, that offense is going to have a major overhaul this year. They haven't been very good at running. Even last year, 2 years ago, obviously, they basically gave up on it. But now moving on without a top 5 pick at quarterback in the NFL draft and a Heisman Trophy winner at wide receiver, it's going to be fascinating to see what Deion's team looks like this year. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a lack of preparation or coaching staff that will hold them back if they do get held back.
Yeah. And then, you would like to think they're going to lean more on the run until the quarterback, whoever that be. They had their transfer kid, from Liberty, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then, then you had the top ranked kid that's coming in, the young kid, so they'll battle for that position. And anytime you break it in a new quarterback, best friend of a quarterback is the run game, correct?
Yep. All right. McNeese State is beating Clemson 10-6 in the first half. Auburn is beating Alabama State 32-27. That's 10-6, BJ. This ain't like it's gonna last long. Houston is a big winner. They winning big over the SG. What is
SIUE?
Yeah. Shout out to my Texas boys.
Yeah. They didn't get in it last night.
Yes, sir.
They lost.
Who?
Texas Longhorns.
No, I'm talking about Houston.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Texas too. No, come on now. Shout out to my Houston boys. Tough, very tough team.
Oh, yeah. Houston's going to be a tough out.
Yeah.
We definitely know that. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Vershawn is waiting in the rings. He's going to be back. I said wings, maybe rings. He's going to be back anyway, no matter how you put it, here for our final segment of The Captain, coming to you live from Buffalo Wings and Rings. Coming up next.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and 0.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and 0 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket. The Captain Show is out here live. Buffalo Wings and Rings, 60th and O Street. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. Come on out and have some fun with us. I just won 3 out of 4 games on Keno.
There it is.
And I'm taking my money home with me for gas. I got a dually. So it's going to eat that little $50 up like it's nothing. I also want to say, where's my team? Remember I said about my upsets? You remember I said my upsets?
Put them down somewhere.
I said my McNeese State. What is McNeese State doing right now?
Well, they've got an 18-8 lead over Auburn, but don't be fooled by that score. That doesn't mean they just started. There's about 6 minutes to go going into the first half. And so it could be a low-scoring game. A 10-point lead feels like maybe 15 or 18 right now for McNeese over Clemson. Also interesting to watch, ACC's got 4 teams in this year. Louisville already knocked out by Creighton. If Clemson goes down to McNeese, it'll be just North Carolina, who's an 11 seed, and the number 1 overall favorite, Duke. So Duke might have to drag the ACC along all tournament.
Well, this is another Duke guy. I cannot stand Duke. I've never liked Christian Laettner.
Come on,
and the Duke Blue Devils. I'm not gonna lie. I love them to play North Carolina.
Players ever.
I didn't like them. They was the villain, if you ask me.
They had enough success that they became kind of the villain of college basketball. Or, like a lot of people, Austin, if your team didn't do well, you would just kind of adopt Duke.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that they're going to hold on and win, but I am saying that they might just hold on and win. And they look like the better team, if you ask me. They look like they belong there. They look like they deserve to go to the second round.
Yeah. And it's interesting, again, McNeese, their coach, whenever they lose, that'll be his last game at McNeese. He already has taken the job at North Carolina State, so he's kind of doing the Scott Frost hang around at UCF and coach a bowl game type of deal. This could be huge for them. I don't believe they've ever won an NCAA tournament game.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But like I said before, they look like the scrappier team. They look like they wanted more. And I believe they want to send their coach out with at least 1 win, maybe 2. The biggest question is, with him going to NC State, how many of those guys does he take with him?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And rip up a team that has made it to the tournament. Obviously, they made their way through the SWAC or whatever conference they're in, really good. But now you take a team, you rip 5 or 6 best guys off of that team. Now that's a team that's going to be in the gutter. So I always wonder what's the mindset in that.
Yeah, it is interesting, and that's something to follow as we see some teams trying to make a bid, trying to kind of and if you win these games, sometimes the attendance at your school, the applications can go through the roof. I mean, it can help. Florida Gulf Coast, if you remember all those years ago, had that kind of thing happen, and then they came to Nebraska, and it was exciting. It's the opening of Pinnacle Bank Arena. It was like, okay, Florida Gulf Coast, that team that we remember dunking left and right last March, and when they got here, they didn't look like that because a lot of the players, like you said, were gone, and especially in today's era where players are jumping in the NIL part, I think more so than ever. I think some success here with a lower level school, you're going to get some big offers. So I think it is going to be difficult for any team to keep their players. Any Cinderella will be kind of the Cinderella story and send off for that team that coached those players.
Aren't you? If you're a coach at the University of Nebraska, aren't you watching these games, especially the lower tier team, saying, "Oh my God, I'm plucking him. Plucking that guy." Because if you got to build your team, Nebraska cannot afford to go and get a freshman and build unless he's a phenom, and I mean a 7-foot phenom. So they got to go to the portal and get the next of the best, the next of the best. I'm gonna say it one more time: the next of the best. So watching these teams and see what they can do to plug and play. You don't have no Bryce Williams; it's gone.
Yeah.
You have no what's the other guy who's
Gary.
Gone?
Yeah.
Who else is going off that basketball
Well, they're
team?
losing a lot. I don't think Rollie Wooster or Braxton Meal, last I checked, are going to be playing even in the Crown tournament. But there's a lot of other pieces that are just going to be leaving. Of course, you're going to bring back Sam Hoiberg. You're going to bring back Assisian. You're going to bring back Buchtengel. And I say you're going to bring him back. We don't know that. In modern era, we don't know, but they could be scheduled to come back. And then the big one, obviously, was the injury that they would have benefited maybe from having this year with Rank Mass. So he's going to be kind of who they build around. But with that core group, obviously you need some other pieces around it to really compete in the Big Ten. So I bet they will. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get one or two players that's playing in this tournament. Hopefully a few more.
Any last words, big fella?
No, I think you guys covered it.
I know we can, me and him, we'll go all day and forget you even sitting here.
I know.
Even though you're a big tight end now.
I'm taking it in. I'm
taking it all in.
Taking it all in.
What you think about it? All right.
Yeah, you guys. This
big
is
smooth right here, Bob.
Yeah, that's right.
Big Cadillac. Big Denali. Yeah, you just got to keep, different vehicles that ride smooth.
Yeah.
Big Lexus.
Go Duke.
Go Duke.
See, I know how to get him
going. So he's going to throw a car you don't like at it.
How about we say go McNeese State so I can win this?
That's early. Clemson will win that.
I don't believe so. You want a piece of this?
Let's do a pizza.
Bet, son.
Come on. Bet.
Easy.
All right.
All
see
right.
this, right, Bob?
There it is.
You see all that? Pizza.
Hey, listen, we are here. We're going to wrap it up. We've got to yield to, I think Stricky is up next, him in Austin. We are live from Buffalo Rings and Rings. And let me just tell you, I got to get that fixed. I got to get that fixed. So we better hurry up and get out of here. 93.7 The Ticket. I'm with Bach, Black Shirt, Keitha McCant. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Go McNeese State.
Clemson.
He make it all happen. Other shows, they be lacking. You now down with the action, All you gotta do is just come through and kick it. Boy, I guarantee that you'll be loving every minute. It's all about the sports each and every time you visit, and we giving you the game. You ain't got to buy a ticket. Hey, we giving you the game. It'll never
You're
be the
listening to
same.
coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com